This is going to be such a scattered, all over the place video. It's okay though. It's fine. I love myself. Hey guys, it is Daina the Doula. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. I still got some videos, that are being posted on autopilot, but it's been a minute since I've had an opportunity to sit in front of the camera with my little mini microphone and chat with you guys. Before I talk about anything, I always want to start with gratitude, because the last time I posted a video, there was 30 of us, myself included. So there was 29 of you guys and one of me. And when I looked at the channel today, there is 42, 43, 40, 43, 42. I'm gonna say 42. I just wanted to extend my gratitude. Any of you who have found my channel and resonate with anything that I'm talking about, whether you are a mom, a working mom, someone who supports working moms, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here. And I think you're gonna like this video today because I want it to be informational. I also want to give you some updates on what's going on with me, and information on how we can work together. Okay, so buckle in, buckle up. You know what I'm saying, right? Just keep watching, keep watching, keep watching. Okay, so I want to just share with you guys some tips, some, advice, some information about how to create, establish a toolkit, right? An anchor of self-care prior to having your baby. So this information is timely for the moms out there who probably have not delivered yet. So if you're seeing this and you are still expecting, this is perfect time for you. If you just had the baby, you can still use this information, of course. And if you're like me, you're already been there, done that, already got skin in the game. Let's use this talk. I feel like I'm going to use this time to give myself a pep talk to really turn it around. So before becoming a mom, let me just tell you about the old version of Daina. Before becoming a mom, I remember, like back in high school, I used to say really obnoxious stuff like, can never let myself go. I would never let myself go. I don't care how many kids I have. I would never let myself go. I used to say that. Very obnoxious. Look at me now. If the version of me from like 20 years ago, teenage me, saw me now, she would faint. She would be horrified. Not because I don't feel like I look so bad, you guys, but I just prioritize things differently in my life and don't place such an emphasis on appearance, right? It happens. It happens. Now I do care about my appearance. I'm sitting in my house, right? Even though I know I'm talking to you and this is going to go out on the internet and, all the tens of you that are going to see it. But I don't spend as much time being so caught up on the outer, and there's a difference. It shows, right? So I'm saying all this to say, I don't want you guys to be hyper fixated on appearance in a vain or shallow way, the way I was when I was 15, 16 years old, whatever. But once you do become a mom, or you're, embarking on this new journey of becoming a mom, you want to establish some clear anchors on, I have to tap back into taking care of myself. Now, self-care is not always just associated with appearance, right? Self-care is not just about getting your nails done. You see here, my nails are not done. But I did get a pedicure this weekend. Congratulations to me. Getting facials and that's all fine and dandy. But self-care is really making sure that you have a system in place to establish how you can fill your cup, right? Becoming a parent takes a lot out of you. It's just a lot of energy, a lot of time. Your attention has to be, especially in the beginning, your attention has to be solely focused on taking care of another human being who right now is not capable of doing anything on their own. As they get older, they gradually will pick up things on their own to be able to do. My least favorite chapter thus far in parenting has been potty training. It is what a delight and joy when I looked up one day and realized oh, she can just get up and go to the bathroom by herself now. She doesn't need me anymore. Sometimes I have to come in and help with certain things, but just to know that she can just get up, she can go upstairs. I hear the toilet flip up. I hear everything that she's been taught to do. I just feel even if it's a few seconds, a couple minutes, that's a couple minutes of me not having to stop what I'm doing to help somebody else do something, right? And it matters. So for the time being, while a lot of your day is going to be fragmented into being of service to another person, of course, there's no better person to be in service to than your child. How are you though setting boundaries and letting everybody else know, this is my thing and this is how I am taking care of myself. This is how I'm protecting my time, protecting my energy and my non-negotiables. So I want you to understand that while it's important to prep for all things baby, how are you prepping for the maintenance of yourself? Does that make sense? The maintenance of yourself, the upkeep of yourself, the preservation of yourself. You have to still be at a certain level of, sanity. You have to still be at a certain level of sanity to be able to keep the show running, keep the ball rolling. So it's just as important, of course, as making sure you have all the right things in the baby's room, all the right things on your registry, even all the right things in your hospital bag. Actually, the hospital bag is a good example of this, because I see a lot of times people will pack all this baby gear in the hospital bag, and I'll be like, well, what do you have for yourself? What do you have for yourself? Because when you are carrying all this stuff home that you're bringing to the hospital, plus all the stuff that they're going to give you at the hospital, right? But then you're there, like, how are you making yourself feel comfortable, right? I know when I delivered, I just felt so crusty. I'm like, darn, I wish I would have had my hair products with me. I wish I would have bought my skincare stuff. I wish I would have had I think I had slides to walk around in and take just the shower shoes. But I wish I had some, I bought I wish that I had bought a nice lounge set instead of just wearing that hard hospital gown thingy. I don't even remember what I left the hospital in, but I should have done all those things. I think because too, the way I went into labor was just like she was ready to come. It was so fast that I probably didn't even think about all that. Now I had everything she needed and more. Everything she needed and more. But me, I'm just man, I wish I had my perfume and my jewelry, and I just came out looking haggard, which is fine, but it didn't feel good to me, right? And I feel once you have the awareness that, oh, you can also do things for yourself. It doesn't just all have to be about baby. That sets the tone for everything. It also sets a good example for your children. Because my daughter, she gets extra stinking cute every morning, and I'm not setting a good example right now, honestly. But I went to go work out. Hence why my hair is all puffy and fluffy like this. So today was picture day. So she just looked like a really cute little shiny penny in her picture day outfit. And, if I get up pretty early, but if I get up a little bit earlier, sometimes I will just take a minute to do something to my face, put my jewelry on, just so I'm feeling it's not all just about making sure my daughter is the shining star that she is, but listen, mom has her own stage to shine on too, so doing these things to feel good for yourself. So, I always have notes. I'm going to look over, but I'm still talking to you. So listen very closely. So things that, we want to get started with is those processing emotions, right? So becoming a parent, the fear of it, and the fear of what's next after becoming a mom. And I think this plays a lot into that identity stuff that I talk about how so many women say, I feel like I lost myself, right? Or I feel like I'm losing myself. I need to get back to myself. I need to get my pink back, which is normal. But if you kind of try to do some work to get ahead of it, maybe it won't be, such a long journey to get back to yourself, if that makes sense. Now younger me, who came into it prior to becoming a mom, whose mindset was such a judgmental, insensitive place. I'll never let myself go. And it's I don't even know. It's two completely different human beings compared to then and now. I'm sure one would say, what happened? Because I wasn't the glamorous of girls, but I was to put some stuff together and look cute on the regular. But now it's I'm just focused on mom mode. So, having my hair done less, getting my nails done less, that's to me, that's more hard. That's more challenging. Nails are just expensive. And you guys are oh, press-ons are a godsend. I don't know. The press-ons pop off my nails. I don't like them. But just the time to sit in the salon, when I used to get my nails done, it used to be 3 hours. That is too, yes, I can do it. But I guess I'm just thinking it's too much time. It's too much time. I need to get back to working, as an entrepreneur. But yeah, these are just excuses. See, I told you this is going to be this is a pep talk for me as well. But if you drop in a comment, drop some really good, durable press-ons. Because the ones that I've seen, the ones that I've tried are not working for me, right? And I know it's you have to get all the oils off your nails and you have to file them good and buff them out. I don't know. Maybe it's my attention span. I just want them done. I don't want to sit. I can't. Somebody just has to do my nails for me. I can't do it. Anyway, also putting into practice ahead of time. This is another tip, by the way. That was a tip, then a little rambling and ranting, and now I'm going to jump back into another tip. You know how these go. So you want to establish beforehand and get really strong with a habit of meditation or self-soothing and calming. It's interesting because especially when you're babies, we talk a lot about, teaching them how to self-soothe, right? How to calm themselves, how to get comfortable. You want to do that for yourself too, right? Every little thing can really, especially with those brand new postpartum hormones, every little thing can really send you over the edge emotionally. So if you start ahead of time, really getting locked in with your, your meditative and your calming, whether that's like a routine or just like figuring out if it's tapping, if it's doing this, if it's like taking calming breaths, if it's saying affirmations. Once you figure that out and you get that practice really like locked and solid, and continue to do it, you have to be consistent. You have to do it every day, whether it's, you right when you wake up in the morning, right before going to bed, or both. I'm a person that has to do both because my brain is like, it's the Wild Wild West up here. So I have to do both. I have to wake up calm and centered, and the only way that I can fall asleep, unless I'm just so exhausted that I'm just passing out, but the only way that I can truly fall asleep without it just being like, like the movie playing until 3 o'clock in the morning is I have to tune out my thoughts, right? And that helps. Meditation helps a lot with that. So if you practice that, meditation is not about like controlling the thoughts, it's being the observer of thoughts. So all the fears, whether they are rational or whether they're rational or irrational, all you have to do is observe them. You don't have to feed too much into them. Or if it's something that's like a rational fear, allow yourself to observe the thought and then give yourself time out of a place of panic to take action to, make sure whatever comes up doesn't happen. Like, oh, what if when the baby starts crawling, they roll down the steps? Just stuff like that. You'll be surprised, like the doomsday thoughts that you get in postpartum. Like I used to think every day, like my daughter is going to fall out of the bassinet. Like that was just my fear. Granted, she couldn't even lift her neck up. This was like the first few weeks of life. I used to just be so scared she's going to fall out the bassinet. She's going to fall. Bassinet was stable, secure, but it was an irrational fear. So again, practice with your mental health hygiene, basically your emotional hygiene. And apps for meditation, I use Insight Timer, which has a lot of great free ones. There's a Calm app, which I believe is subscription based. You can write in a journal or just practice gratitude. And there's so many sleep meditations on YouTube. YouTube is like the best for that, I believe. You can also practice with yourself. Something that I bought for my child, which I actually just wound up selfishly enjoying more than she did, was like a white noise machine to sleep to. So you can do like all types of noises. There's the Hatch, and then I'll put a list of some other white noise machines, but you can do white noise on YouTube, honestly. All right, let's move on. Physical comfort items. So you know how babies, they'll have like little blankets or just things that help them have something for you too. Like what makes you feel comfortable? I know like there was a time when weighted blankets were all the rage. I don't hear too much about them anymore. I personally never got around to getting one, but I am such a blanket person. Even if it's like 100 degrees outside in the summer, I cannot fall asleep without like a fuzzy blanket. And I think that definitely comes from being swaddled and being a bit like I've always just had to have a blanket. If I'm not able to have a blanket, I'll have a fuzzy robe in the bed with me that I wrap around me. If there's comfort snacks, anything, little things to, fidget through with your fingers just to keep your physical comfort things. When we talk about being like neurodiverse, I feel like that is something that a lot of people don't realize how common it is that people have little tics that they have to do. So I wouldn't suggest things like biting your nails, but even if it's just like, you just always have to have something in your hand, or, you're again tapping, or you just need something warm, or, if the texture is comforting for you, you can do that for yourself. And then back into the relaxation. What I would do for my daughter at bath time when she was, little, like newborn infant phase, is at bath time, put a couple of drops of essential oils in there, just in the water for her, lavender typically, to just calm her down and get her ready to just lay right down, right? No fuss, no nothing. She just lay down. She knew it was bedtime. You can do that for yourself. All of this works for you too. So give yourself, some relaxation aids. Haven't so much been able to do it recently. But I will say, like, at the cutoff of, when we're transitioning to bed, so once dinner is eaten, we're cleaned up after dinner, the lights get a little bit more dimmer. I talk softer, right? Like the TV is off. If there's music playing, it's only softer music. Like I'm establishing, we're not being high energy right now. We're not like it's this, but it also helps with me too. It helps with my circadian rhythm. Last week was the first week of school for us. And, although I have been practicing getting her, going to bed early, starting back like in the beginning of August. Like it wasn't that, oh, you're staying up late and playing because the days are longer. I don't care if it's broad day outside, girl, because she'd be like, it's not nighttime yet. I don't care. It's 7 o'clock. You're going to bed, right? Like, or at least getting ready for bed. So I would try to have her in bed by 7:30, and it would be broad daylight outside. But I need to establish that we're winding down. So no matter what is going on the outside world, this is our thing. And this is like what you need to tell yourself too. No matter the chaos that's going on around me, I need to establish right? And tell my body and tell myself everything is okay. It's time to wind down. It's time to take a break. It's time to take a rest. So, do the same things that you're doing for your baby. Do that for yourself. But it's really great to get started beforehand so that by the time the baby comes, it's not like, oh, we're figuring this whole thing out together. It's like, no, I'm an expert. I've been working on this for months before you got here. So like, come get on my program, right? Even though babies kind of, they don't know the difference between day and night, you really have to like work to get them well rested and having that sleep training. Another thing is movement. So do some yoga, do some stretching. Again, I love YouTube. Pilates Body by Raven is great for working out. But it's also, if you can find a really good yoga channel, just to do some like light, not too so much exercise, but just to stretch and get movement, to get tension out of your body. There's also like walking, Get Fit with Joe. I'm going to put it on here. You guys know Joe, where she's just like in her living room and she's walking, but you get like 10,000 steps in from one video. Yeah, you can do that. And she does like soft impact and more high intensity. Next. So your support group is important, right? So of course your partner, and you have these conversations with them. Like if you guys know each other, you've been together long enough, you know what each other's hobbies and interests are. You want to encourage each other, like keep up with that. If you require like girlfriend time, like they should be like, yeah, like you go ahead out with your friends. I got the baby. You fill your cup in every way that you need. I remember my first nail appointment after having it was so important to me. Like I was just so happy, right? I was leaking milk all down my shirt, but I was so happy. Like I'm just so happy to be here to get my nails done. I paid extra, even to get a design. That's like how special it felt to me to get my nails done, because I just missed it. I missed the opportunity. And granted, I went through most of my pregnancy and early postpartum during the pandemic. So just the fact that like nail salons were opening back up, and they were following that COVID protocol. And I kind of waited. I didn't go back immediately because I just wanted to wait and see. I didn't want to risk going out into the world and then getting COVID and then bringing it back to my baby. So it took me a while. It took me like, I think I got my nails done for the first time in April. So she was born in January and I got my nails done for the first time in April. That's how long I waited. Yes. Okay. So talk to each other about that. And then like your outside circle, who is your on-call list? Like when it's like you're both overstimulated, tired, sleep deprived, or just in need of reconnecting with each other, who are the people that you're like, it's just not even a thing, right? That you don't have to give like a play-by-play of everything. Somebody that you can just call up and be like, pumped milk is in the refrigerator. The diaper thing is over there. I just fed the baby an hour ago. They're laying down for a nap, probably going to wake up in a couple of minutes. Here's the bottle warmer. We will be back in a couple of hours, right? Or just come over so I can take a nap. Please, I'm tired. Can you just come and sit with the baby while I take a nap? Can you just do that for me, please? Right? Yeah. So have that list. How I always talk about it. Like, who are your most trusted people? When I work with doula clients, that is something that I'm really asking them, early on in our early sessions. Who are the most trusted people in your life? Because everybody is saying, oh, you have this baby. I'm there for you. I got you. Okay. This is exactly how I need you to have me. When I am at my wit's end, this is how you have me. You be here for me in this way, right? And then it's hard to find, right? Like, that's why I created Mom Friend Energy, because it's hard. A lot of women say, I feel isolated, or I feel like I don't really have anybody to talk to. But if you can find like local mom communities or mom groups, I know it's like, we're all socially awkward, you guys, all of us. We're all socially awkward, especially if you have grown up and you've been on social media long enough, and it's just like, that's where you get your entertainment from. It's not like kids are going outside and like are forced to make friends based on a connection other than I see other kids and I just have to like go up and introduce myself. It's different. It's different when you're online. You kind of just like connect. It's just easier to do. And I know it's hard, especially making new friends in adulthood. It's tough. It's scary. So if you find something like that, you also might find something virtual. There are virtual, mom communities, but I would just say be careful, because a lot of times, that's where the crazy stuff is, right? You have people talking about like their parenting philosophies, and then sometimes it gets political, and then you're just like, what in the hell? Like, where am I? Right? I had my experiences with that too. So, and it's kind of like, again, setting those boundaries. If you're seeing stuff online that is making you feel like, you have to compare yourself to people, or you're not feeling good seeing this, like for instance, social media, people that are posting content, but it's filtered and it's edited to make it seem like something that is not, right? Like, oh, the perfect family, the perfect postpartum experience, like hair, makeup always done to the nines, and she just had a baby 2 weeks ago, and you're feeling like, well, why don't I look like that? Why don't you stop looking at her? Not saying that you have to unfollow or block or even feel resentment towards that person, because, you know, a lot of times people will have a lot of help and not talk about all the help that it takes to get them to that point, right? So just distance yourself if it doesn't feel right. Okay, so I'm going to recap the tips that we talked about. So we talked about making sure that emotionally you are on point way beforehand. You have your, you know, your meditative affirmation, your mental health, you know, hygiene, I call it. You have that on point beforehand. So by the time the baby comes and those postpartum hormones are really setting in, you at least have some starting point on how to manage and handle. Now, that does not mean, we're not talking about a cure or something that can prevent, right, a perinatal mood or, you know, a mood disorder, excuse me, but it helps things, you know, it helps you to identify, right? Like, I have the support, I have been outspoken, I've been very clear on what help I need, but I'm still feeling these things, right? You cannot meditate yourself out of postpartum depression. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm alluding to at all. But if you at least, you know, have this consistently, if you feel like things are still a little bit off and dangerous, then absolutely talk to a professional as soon as possible. I also talked about having physical comfort items. For me, that is a cozy blanket that I have to have in bed with me at all times. You can do anything for sleep and relaxation, like some, you know, taking a lavender bath, taking a bubble bath, right? And also movement. Do some gentle yoga, do some, you know, exercising before bed, or, you know, when you wake up, just allowing yourself to be in a space where you are not seeing your body from a critical point. You are appreciating your body for what it is and for what it's doing, and pouring love back into it. And the third piece is your support network. So how you and your partner both support each other in new parenthood, and your, you know, immediate circle. Who can you just pick up the phone and call and say, need you to come right now and help me. I'm tired. I haven't slept. I need to sleep. Just come feed this baby this bottle. Let me do something nice for myself. You said you got me, right? Let me go get my nails done. Let me go get my hair done. I wish somebody I knew was watching this so I could say, let me go get my hair done. You love me, right? Come be with my daughter for a few hours. Oh, somebody does something with this hair. Child, I think I'm gonna get my hair. I'm either gonna get like a silk press, or I'm just gonna get my hair braided. Preferably braided, because like a silk press, I still got to do something to it every day, and I don't feel like it. So yeah, if you love me and you know me, come let me get my hair done. Come be with my daughter. Also, navigate this last one safely, of course, but finding new mom friends. You can either do it locally. You know, when you put your child in activities, you're going to be around other moms with children around the same age anyway. So like putting my daughter in dance helped me have, like, you know, meet a few new mom friends. And then also the school that she's starting, having her in swim class. So all those activities really opens you up to finding your local mom friends. Virtual mom friends, though, I would say be careful. Be careful, you know, just take everything with a grain of salt that people are saying, that people are sharing. If it comes from a place of just like true, hey, is this normal? This is what I'm experiencing. This is what I'm experiencing. Am I crazy? Am I wrong for feeling this way? That's fine. But if it's people that are just like, you know, I don't even want to give examples of political rhetoric, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, you don't have to get into that if you don't want to. Or you are one of those moms and you want to get into it. But I would say, you know, find your people, but just be careful about how you are sharing your thoughts and ideas, because it can be intense. It can be a lot, and some of us don't want to hear all that. Okay. All right. So hope this was helpful. And as always, you guys know I'm based in Philly, but I am helping working moms virtually across the entire country. I have clients in California, Colorado. I was getting tripped up on the two T's. California, Colorado, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, of course. Where else? Oregon. Yes, I've been around the world, and oh, Indiana. I can't forget my girl in Indiana. So anyway, excuse me. So this is going to be such a scattered, all over the place video. It's okay though. It's fine. I love myself. If you'd like to work with me, I've posted before. I'm going to post on YouTube, because I haven't posted. I posted on like TikTok and Instagram what my personalized guides look like after clients work with me. We have our session, and I give them their personalized guide afterwards. I will give you guys, like, maybe I'll do it in Be Real, scrolling through what those look like. If you are interested in having that, we talk everything from like workplace logistics to handoff to communication with your employers, your supervisor, if you have anyone reporting into you, you know, planning proactively for your maternity leave, what to expect physically, depending on the amount of time that you have, because some of the states that I mentioned actually does not have paid family leave. So we're talking about people that are planning to go back to work 6 weeks after having the baby. How can we use that time effectively so that you have your physical recovery and that you are also prepared to return? That's childcare, that's household responsibilities, that is including your partner in these conversations. And of course, of course, also making sure that everything is harmonious on the work front. So if you're interested in having a session with me, I have a Stand Store link in my bio. You can book it. My availability has been updated over the weekend, so I'm available during the week. I no longer have weekend availability, you guys, but I can do a block of time in the morning and also in the evening. Again, I'm in Philadelphia, so those are East Coast hours, but if you're interested, please book me. I also have a couple of testimonials that I can share, so I'm really happy with that. Okay, so this was another video. Thank you so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel, and I'll be back. I will be back. We're taking a little hiatus from Mom Friend Energy because y'all are not submitting. Like, y'all don't want to talk to me. So either people will fill out the form and then I'll follow up with them to try to schedule the interview, and they'd be like, on camera? Yes! It is an interview series. So I am doing outreach at the moment. I'm doing outreach. So instead of reaching out to me, right, if you guys, because I just feel like no one's really taking the initiative to do that. I'm taking the initiative. I am reaching out to cool moms that I think, you guys would enjoy hearing from. So once I get those episodes set up, we will be back with Mom Friend Energy at full speed. I'm definitely going to ramp those episodes up because I enjoy doing them so much. And I think you guys like them too. So if you have any questions, let me know. Comment right here if you have anything that you would add to your self-care toolkit. I'd love to share these ideas across the community. Okay, so I will be seeing you guys again very soon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this content, and follow me everywhere. I'm Daina the Doula, literally on every platform. Okay guys, bye.